Okay, so funny enough, this piece I've got here, this piece of plywood, is actually long enough. It's not wide enough. So I have drawn a line here. That's where I want to take this wood down to. So this is going to be challenging. Should be able to do it all with my circular saw though. One, two. And this is all cut out, so my piece should lay right in there real nice. And then around the back, yes, I should be able to just trying to think, mounting hinges. Ooh boy. I know, that's going to be tricky. They don't actually go down far enough. I might have to bend them a bit. They're supposed to go this way because of the countersinks. Because that should mount right back there, but then it should mount on the lid, and it just goes at 90. It doesn't go down anymore, right? And then the lid should open up. Shh. That way wouldn't be right. Ooh, that's going to be tricky. Might have to do them on the inside too. I could do that maybe. So that'll be the plywood. That'll be this wood, and then this would flip open here. Yeah, that might work, maybe. Wonder if the plywood would dig into the wood here though. Hinges always screw me up because this would have to mount on the inside in here, and the plywood, it wouldn't open up very far. Do it this way. Trying to get about the angle where it's going to sit. Boy, I don't know how I'm going to do that. So I want a 3/4 inch piece of wood too, so it's got lots of weight. Well, I suppose we'll have to figure out that hurdle when I get to it. So I'm going to take this apart now and get cutting this all up. Battery's getting tired. Maybe not. Okay, so there's that piece off. Bit holds good. Just a little bit. Okay, so far so good, but you know what? It's this cutting that's probably going to screw me up. Now I've got to try to figure out the saws and get this all cut to the angles that I need. Well, that's just going to be a straight cut, so that's... Wish I had a table saw, you know that? I don't have a table saw. I'm going to have to cut like backwards or... Freaking frickin' saws! Anyways, I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to get this cut, and hopefully I don't mess her up because I got no more 2x10s. Alright, well there she be. Not quite bang on. A couple of times, I guess it's the blade is so freaking sharp in that. You're pushing, 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 and you come to the end, it kind of goes whoop! And then I screwed this cut up here. But that's what I got the foamy tape for, so. Now, this is probably not going to fit too good, but it's not horribly bad. I'm pretty good on the ends. I got a nice angle from end to end. That one up there needs a little bit of work. This bottom one looks pretty good though, and if I change the top one it's going to screw up the bottom one, but that's really one of the reasons why I got this foamy tape stuff here, so I'll be able to I don't know if it's going to just stick to the wood or what I'm going to do. Closed cell insulating foam tape. So that's my idea, either to mount it maybe mount it down here kind of thing. That's going to make it interesting at the top though. I almost kind of need, boy, this is not as easy as a project as I thought it was going to be, because the foam tape is going to hold it up a bit now too, right? Once we get this stuff under here. It's gonna kind of hold her up a bit, but it should hopefully prevent stuff from going through, the air from going through. But the trouble is, if those aren't bang right on, like I can see, I can see future problems happening here with this. Like I should have had this, oh man, should have cut this one lower so the door come down a bit further, but then I'm not very good gap up there. I think I definitely need something for, it seems to fit pretty good just like that, but the air is going to get through all that again. There's no point in even putting this up then. We got to try to seal that air out, right? Oh bother. Oh bother. Well, I guess maybe I should try to cut a piece of wood for the top of this. Geez, I might not have one wide enough. Oh. Might have to get a new sheet of plywood too. Darn it. I'll go see what I got out here. No, that's my next problem. I don't have a piece of plywood wide enough that's 3/4 inch. Of course. I could do 2 halves. You know what I should have done? Which might have worked, sort of. Instead of having this like this, I should have just built the frame. Maybe out of 2x4s or something. Put that to the wall and then just put in a window. That would have worked. You know, I could have put in like a window and then open the thing. That would at least keep the wind from just sailing through. It's not super really well insulated. Wood's a little bit better insulator, but well, I don't really want to go buy a hunk of plywood just for this. 3/4 inch plywood's freaking expensive. I've got some here that will work. Darn it. The only thing I can do, I guess, is I've got some strapping too. I could, in the middle, just screw down so it is one whole piece. It's not going to be super awesome, wicked awesome, strong though. I'm kind of disappointed with that. Darn it. Well, I don't know what else to say. This should sort of kind of work in theory-ish. I could have done that though, is just put a window. Build a frame, put a window. It would look kind of funny. But then, you know, when you want to run your fan, you just flip that window open. Whoosh, and out she goes. So the only other thing is take that frickin' fan out and block it back up and then don't have a fan. It's kind of nice having a fan when you're in here doing stuff though. Well, crap. I'll have to figure this out, I guess. Hang on. Okay, so we got some pieces cut. I didn't have one that was wide enough, unfortunately, so I'll have to do 2. I could have just gone and got a new sheet of plywood, but you know what? $50 for a sheet of plywood. That's ridiculous. I got something here that will sort of kind of work. Something like that. Something like that, sort of, kind of. Now, I was thinking about the hinges again a little bit there. Oh. And I might have to put them on a different way. What was I thinking now? Kind of this way, but inside. So this will be inside of here, and this will be on the outside. But I've got a gap problem here now. So what I'm going to have to do is cut this out of here, maybe, and recess it back a little bit, and it'll either got a gap there, like this, with your hinge, or you got a gap here. So I'm going to have to figure out where I want these hinges to go and just carve a little thing out so this little knuckle thing, whatever you call that, the actual hinge part, can sit down inside, so it'll basically just be like a little square notched out of it. So now I've only got 2 hinges where they should have 2 hinges per door, but I think if I put a piece of strapping over this and then screw to it, that should be fine. And then one hinge doowee there and the other one there, so that should kind of work. I should see if I can find a piece of strapping. Pretty much will work. So I'll get that screwed down to that, I guess, and I probably should put some kind of sealant on there too, like some construction glue maybe. Hold that down, and I think that should smash her together pretty good. Okay, we got a bead of stuff down the center. Looks like peanut buttery kind of thicknessy kind of stuff. It's pretty awesome stuff though. Oh, I probably should clamp that because there's a bit of a gap there now, but I don't have a clamp. I don't believe that big. Okay. Now this is a little longer. This might actually be good maybe to attach the little string thing to. So I'm just going to leave her as is. Drive on. So probably just seam along the top. Seam along the sides so it'll all squish out. And I can't stress enough, if you're doing silicone work and stuff, get yourself a good gun. I've got lots of these stupid, crappy, frickin' $3.99 guns. And I'm talking about your actual silicone gun here. Get a good one. This one was like 35 bucks. But oh my goodness. The difference between, geez, I even got a crappy one here anymore. Yeah, I got a couple. The difference between a good one like this, a nice one, and these kind of crappy, stupid ones where the handles always bend, especially when you're using construction glue, the little squeezer handles, they just end up folding on top of itself because they're just crap. And seems to come out like way, 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 way better. Okay. I presume I'm pretty darn close to the center. Pretty good for a redneck. Okay. So I got probably some screws here that are a bit too long. 2-inch are probably a little bit too big for this. I got to make sure I don't screw it into the actual wood. Fortunately, I got to do all this because I don't have a freaking piece of plywood that was big enough. So that kind of sucks. That's all right. We'll make her work, won't we? We usually do. Still squishing out pretty good. Actually, if you wanted to, after to take your screws back, you could probably take them out and this would still be more than plenty strong enough. More than plenty strong enough to hold it with just the glue. Oh, man. Ow! I'm going to put a couple more just in the center here. I just like to see that squishing out kind of thing. You just don't want to push her too hard because you'll over squish it, right? There. And I'll maybe do a couple just right at the end here. I've slid her down off the wood so it's not going to go into the wood itself. Kind of hold her down pretty nice, I think. Oh, yeah, some pieces of wood work out perfect, eh? No cutting required. So this should be pretty much a solid piece. I freaking hope so anyways. Yeah, I probably don't need any up here. I think it looks like it's swamaged out pretty good. Okay, so now we got a little bit of a grimy mess there. I wonder if this is almost a perfect shape for... No, not really. Close, no cigar. Need something just to squish that down nice without making too much mess. Well, I guess we can... It's not like I'm going to be up there putting in the beauty contest or nothing, so. Should do all right. Alright, that should be a good solid piece now. Might have to let her dry a little bit before I can keep, because I got these screws in the way here now, but I could probably do the, recess those hingers in there, in the back, depending on where I want them actually to go. Now, this still isn't going to really work for, well, once I get the hinges in, it might leave enough gap there that it might seal up around. Oh, Lord. Lordy, Lordy, next year I'm 40. Holy crap. Can you believe that crap? Okay, so that's not sort of too bad-ish. So what I was thinking was putting that on the inside. Let's see if you guys are watching. Yeah, you're okay there. Put this on the inside. And just basically have to cut let's put that one there. Wire. Get them both equalized, and then I can mark that and figure out how I'm going to chop that all out of there. So we're gonna go 4 inches from the outside, maybe. Yeah. That should be good. So I will mark. And this stuff, I'll be able to, if it gets a little bit too big, it's going to, of course, leak air, right? So I will be able to silicone in and around that, I would think. Okay, let's pull this off, let this lid dry up a bit more. Now, I need to do that. And lay it. Okay. So now how deep do I have to cut it? It's not very much. To recess her down nice would be something like that. Something like that. So I just have to kind of chop out this edge. Something. What have I got that's not too killer abrasive? I don't really want to saw cut that. And I guess you could just kind of plunge cut. Let me look in my box of crap here and see what I can come up with. Do have some of these little wood chisely thingies. They might sort of work. We'll get you down here a little closer. And we'll do a fast times chopping these things out maybe here. Okay, so we're gonna zip these down, I guess. Should be hopefully alright. I might have to readjust them, you never know. Ooh. Hopefully they're stayed alright. These are a little bit long, these screws as well, but they'll work. Apparently this battery hasn't died yet, that's awesome. Okay, so that worked pretty good. These little tools, really sharp, eh? Just like zing, zing, zing. It was like a, I guess that's a 90-degree or something tool. I never even used it, but just the flat ones are perfect. All right, so we got to get figured out how to get this mounted on now. That's going to be tricky, I think. It might be not a bad idea, actually. It might be just to screw this thing down where I want it. And then at least it'll kind of stay where I want it. Might be not too bad of an idea. And then I can just start the screws on the one side, get them secured. Whoa! Okay, so this should hopefully stay where we put it, and will allow us, should be able to get screws in the top holes here. Hopefully. Now these are going to be a little long again, so I might have to grind these off or just leave them, whatever. I don't know. Ooh, those are going to be long screws. Ugh. They're not going to have too much once I get them in there. I'm going to see if I can get some shorter ones out here somewhere. Might have to be concrete screws, I don't know. Okay, I got some shorties here. They're a little big. Gonna have to use some of my other concrete screws, I guess. They should work. Yeah, they just poke through, so you know. They just have more threads. You know, this would go through, and then there's nothing to grab on here, right? So you'd end up not biting through that, and it wouldn't hold too well. So these will work, even though they're concrete screws. They're still screws. Okay. That's good. Now we can take these screws out. Let go. Let go. Really? Okay, so hopefully now with the recess I did, that'll allow me to now put screws. I need 4 more. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully there's enough room now between the bracket and here. I might have to chisel a little more out. Should be alright though. Ooh, that sucked her in nice. Nice LED light on this too, eh? So it's pretty awesome little screwdriver. Home Depot, Rigid, that's their brand. I got a Rigid vacuum here too. It sucks. No, it's good. actually worked pretty good. I mean, they're so bloody expensive. Okay, so that's good. We have made a box without a back. Oh, and I just stuck my stuff in some wet peanut butter stuff. Probably should get that off of there. Ew. So that's not too bad. Seems pretty good. I'm just a little concerned now about the foamy tape stuff and how does that work. This one's probably hitting. That one's hitting on there. Yeah, she's a little low at the back, but you know, actually with these little screws sticking down in here, it's actually holding it up kind of good that I could put that foam tape on there. But it's not going to be very good up at the back here. It's just too tight. Wonder if I have to shave a bit more off back there, or what to say. I better let this stuff dry up a little bit though. I'll maybe go grab a bite to eat and check her when we get back from lunch. Okay, got a little brainwave, might work. I'm taking these back out. Oh, let go. I'm taking these back out. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Why does this hold on so good? Maybe the bits wore out. Might have a little bit of a twisty burr on it, yeah, so. So these are coming back out. Because I got a little bit of a brainwave here. I don't know if it's going to work yet. But I'm going to put a screw in. And I'm going to put 5 washers in behind it. Now I don't know if that's enough or if it's too much or what. What I'm envisioning here is that's going to leave a little bit of a gap for my foamy stuff. And it just kind of won't hold it quite so tight to the back as if you just screwed it right tight down. So there's a little bit of juggling here going on. A little bit of a juggle show here. Just need to get them kind of started, and then I think we're good from there. Okay. You guys would probably have a better view over here. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a screw. Through those on, get the area started. Screw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if this is going to be enough or not enough or what, but might just be the ticket. I don't know yet. I didn't kind of really think this right through, so it might not work. Might not work. Okay, so that has now created us a little gap. Now what my dilemma was I had gap at the front but not at the back, or I have no gap with these little screws out of the front of this box. So now as it stands, I've got a little gap. Now let's pull these screws out of the front here that are kind of messing with where it's set right now. Okay, we kind of seem to have an equal gap all the way around. That's exactly what I was after. So now this should go in there to seal around. And it's not really squished too hard. But I think that's definitely something to work with. Oh, pardon me. I can't pull it out, so it must be getting kind of squished in there a little bit. I don't have a whole lot of gap on the front, though, mind you, but let's see here. I don't really want to pull that stuff off yet, but I might have to trim these pieces a little bit here. Probably get the sander out or something. But I think in the theory I'm thinking of, that should work. Okay, so let's see here. That one was good there. I'm going to actually cut these pieces, I think, now. And hopefully this just prevents the air leaks, right? So now I was kind of concerned about this top one too here. I'm going to move spots with you here, but you're here. And this one I was a little concerned about with it closing. So let's see what happens here now. This is going to be a pain, I think. It's a little high. It's definitely got some, oh, it fell out on me, I guess, too. Stay. Yeah, that's not so good back there yet. I need some thinner foam, I guess, maybe for back in there. I don't know if they come thinner or not. 3/8 inch. Probably could use some 1/4 inch back there. So I can't really raise these things up anymore. I don't know, maybe it would be better if it didn't go through the hinges too. Yeah, that feels better there. So if it doesn't go through the hinges, it might be alright. I don't have a lot of gap on the front though, it's got me a little concerned too. Might just have to shave the front down here a little bit too, a little more. That'll create a little more gap there, and then the foamy tape will sit in there pretty good. But I think that'll work. I don't know if it's good just to, this stuff will stick right to this stuff, but good stuff though. This stuff I know is wicked sticky. It's actually hard to get the backing off, it's so sticky. Okay. I'll get a piece from layer to layer. I don't know what to do in these hinges now. There might be a little bit of an air leak there, but oh. Off, that's weird. Okay. It's probably thicker tape than I needed, but I think it Should work. Stuck that one the wrong way. Okay, I can trim her. Yeah, it does stick good. Holy cow, it doesn't want to come off again. So that's good. Okay, so then this piece went down here, right? Okay, so let's see how this closes now. I could probably get a piece of foamy tape in the back of this, I think, underneath here. That'll seal up the back. That opens. Yeah, it might be alright. Figure that out after. But, let's get this one down this side. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't seem to have a whole lot of gap on this side. I might have to shave this down a little bit down through the center here. It might be off a hair. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shave the front too, I think, a little bit. Something. I don't have it quite good there. It's almost too deep there. That's where the saw kind of on me on the end. So I got to cut this down just a little hair bit. Either that or put in another piece of foamy tape and they'll mush together. That might work too. How does the rest of it look? The rest of it actually doesn't look too bad. I don't know if you guys can't probably really see that too well. A little bit of a gap there though, but I guess I could put an extra piece in there or something. Should work. For cornflakes. You guys are gonna laugh if you haven't already figured this out. You might have already figured it out. Oh, I wasn't thinking it right and stuff, and kind of excited that it was all coming sort of together. Not too bad and not so bad and not too much to do. And I put the hinges on the wrong end. I did. Oh, no. It's not going to work like this way. Darn it. Well, I'm glad I didn't really stick it all right down yet. It's not going to work like this. It's got to be the other way. This mounted on the wall like this. Whoa. Squarely on the wall, this would hang open, right? See what I mean there? So that's kind of not going to work. It has to be sitting back. So, darn it! It's got to actually be. Darn it! I'm so mad with myself. I just wasn't super paying attention, I guess. It's got to be this way with the hinges on the top here. Hinges up here, so the weight of the wood holds it flat against the frig. Darn it. Well, I won't probably film the fixing here because it's going to be just pretty much exactly the same as I just did. Darn it. So that's actually the downside. I don't know. You know what? There's a freaking 50-50 chance that it's going to go right or wrong. For some reason, I always get the wrong 50%. Oh well. What can we do, eh? Frig! So I got to pretty much do all this hinge crap all again here, even though this went pretty good. It's not right. So, that sucks. Darn it. But you know what? She's a project. I didn't have any plans or nothing. For overall, I'd say, you know, it's coming out really not sort of too bad. So let me fix that. Man, can't believe I did that. Let me fix her and then show you how it's actually supposed to be. Now you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just leave it like this and then just let this open like this? Well, no, I'd rather have it sort of hang kind of thing, right? Like I could sort of mount there, but it's not exactly the way I wanted it. So, darn it, I didn't think ahead.